Hi guys, it's Martha here and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today and I appreciate all those who have subscribed so far. Please continue to share and don't forget to press on the notification bell so you don't miss out on all the videos that I'm going to be posting. As I promised in my previous video that I'm going to try and make this channel as interactive as it can be. Today's post is based on a question that has come through my mailbox and I thought, why not answer it on this platform, because I believe a lot of people are going to find it very useful. I would also like to believe that this question has been provoked by the situation that we are all in at the moment. We've been on lockdown for 5 weeks and we are all feeling the financial strain. Some people have lost their jobs already. Others, you're still getting paid while you're at home, but not as well as you would have normally been paid. For some, you're still forced to go out to work only because you don't have a choice really. The bills are coming in, but the money pot is going down. So this person is asked, I would like to venture out into property investments as another source of passive income, but I'm scared. What exactly do I need to do to get things going? And what are the hurdles that I expect on this journey? Of course, experiences are different, but I'm going to try and answer this question based on my own personal experience. So what I've done is I've split this video into 4 sections, which are commitment and strategy, followed by finance, and then we have engaging the professionals, and lastly, plan of action. As I answer this question, I'm going to be as open, honest, and as candid as I can be. So if you are ready with your pen and paper, we'll go straight into it. Right, so guys, I'm going to talk about commitment and strategy. Now, you've been thinking about property investments, you've heard about it, you've read a little bit about it, but you're still fearful. Am I going to make it? Is it going to work? Am I going to fail? Trust me, all these questions are natural. You need to make the conscious decision that this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do. You need to have your mindset changed. Understand that there are going to be challenges, there are going to be hurdles that you're going to have to go through, but there is no problem or hurdle that doesn't have a solution. The moment that you understand that, you know you've taken your very first step. Also understand that there are going to be some physical and emotional strains that are going to come with this business. Trust me, it's hard. You'll be making some very tough financial decisions. You're going to have to make some compromises, some commitments. You are used to going on 2 holidays every year. You eat out in expensive places. You wear designer clothes. Trust me, you are going to have to change the way you live. It's not going to be easy. It's going to affect you and the rest of your family. Be prepared. You are going to have to run around viewing properties left, right, and center. That's going to take a physical toll on you. Be prepared and be aware. Now, are you going into this on your own? Is it with your spouse? Or is it a joint venture where you have a group of friends or some family members who are embarking this journey with you? Just be on the same page. Understand your vision, understand your goals, and be on the same page. You can't have one person pulling from one direction and the other person pulling in another direction. That's a recipe for disaster, so be on the same page. The next thing is educate yourself. It's very, very important that you seek some knowledge in regards to property investments. I mean, believe you me, with every business that you want to embark on, you need to educate yourself. I'm not saying go to university or anything like that, but go out there, do your research, go on networking meetings, engage with those who are already in the business. Believe you me, the road can be so much easier. You're gonna have to decide, are you doing buy-to-lets? Are they going to be flips where you are buying, doing them up and you're selling on? Or are you buying for holiday letting? How will you be able to choose the path you are taking if you are not educated in those different types of investments. So it's very, very important that you put yourself out there and educate yourself. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is decide whether this is long-term or short-term. At this point, I would like to believe that this is going to be a long-term business plan. So you need to, from the onset, you need to set up the business perhaps as a limited company, but with that you need to seek the professional advice so you can map out a route on how we are going to embark on this journey. So just to recap, make the decision, be prepared for the emotional and physical strain that comes with it. Are you doing it yourself with your spouse or as a joint venture? Educate yourself and map out how you are setting up the business. So we'll now move on to the next bit that is so exciting, which is finance. So I'm going to talk about finances now, and I believe this topic can play a big pivotal role in determining whether you are moving ahead or you're having to sort out a few issues. So firstly, you will need to prepare yourself so you're in a favorable position to acquire some lending. That is, if you need a mortgage. If you've got cash and you're ready to buy cash, then you know you're in a good position and the process will be so much easier. Having a good steady income, which can be proven via your pay slips, your bank statements, or your accounting statements if you've been using an accountant, is very good. Also, having a good pot of savings, not only will it prove your financial discipline, it will also show the lender that you've got money to put down as deposit on your first property. The other thing is having as few credit card balances as you possibly can. This is very, very important. I believe in the UK, if you are applying for lending, especially with mortgages, they do what's called an affordability test. This is basically when they check the amount of money that is incoming against your outgoings. So if the balance is not quite there, then you know you're going to be at a disadvantage. So you might want to think about credit cards, higher purchases on cars, loans. If you've got those things, you might want to think of clearing them or lowering the balances before you do your applications. So it goes back to my first point, which I spoke about, commitment and compromises. If you are in a position where you've got some credit cards and some loans and your outgoings are perhaps more than what's coming in, then that holiday that you take every year, eating out, wearing designer clothes, you might want to stop or cut down so you can clear some of your debt before you do your application. So hopefully you are in a good position at this moment. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is having a good credit rating. It's very important in the UK. If you want to apply for any kind of lending, I believe they check your credit rating, and there are some sites such as Experian and Equifax. I believe you can register for free and you can check your credit rating. So it will be a good idea from the onset to just register. If you're not registered already, register, log in and check where your credit rating is, and if you've got things that you need to put in place before going ahead, then you might as well want to go and do that before you take the next step. So hopefully you are in a favorable position at the moment. If you are not, all is not lost. Go and make the compromises, especially if you know and you've decided this is what I really want to do, then this process will be so much easier. So the next thing I'm going to talk about now is engaging the professionals. So now moving on to the next topic, which is engaging the professionals. I believe the people I'm going to talk about are very important to have on board, especially when you're embarking on this journey. The first person is a financial advisor. It's very important. You have checked your finances, your credit cards are paid off, your loans, you've got a good credit rating, good steady income coming in. Now, a financial advisor will go through everything that you've gone through just to check for some discrepancies, really. If there are any, then they will also advise you on what you need to do to sort them out and how you can do that. So it's very important to have one on board. The next person I'm going to talk about is a mortgage advisor or a mortgage broker. Yes, of course, we all have a bank that we deal with, and some people, they just go straight to their bank and apply for a mortgage and that's it, they're done. But for some, you go to the bank and you get no as an answer. Now, a mortgage broker has got access to a pool of lenders. They will also advise you on the different types of products that are out there that will best suit you. So have one on board, especially if this is going to be a long-term business plan. Get a good one who is efficient and who knows what they are doing. Trust me, these people make all the difference on this journey. The other person I'm going to talk about is an accountant. Of course, if you've got one already, then obviously you're in a good position. But if you don't have one, you need to really think about getting an accountant. Not only will they help you with your tax returns at the end of the tax year, they will also be able to advise you on some things that you can do, you know, when you're dealing with your taxes and everything else. So get one on board. So once you've got all these people on board, we now move on to the next topic, which is a plan of action. So now you need to engage a tax advisor and an accountant. These two normally work hand in hand. They'll help you with the actual setup of the business depending on the model that you're going to go with, which will be the most tax efficient for you. So guys, now I'm smiling because you've got your finances in place. The lender is willing to offer you such and such amount of money. You know the properties that you're going out to look for. Where do you go next? You go to the estate agent. Now this is time to do that happy dance and say, Mama, I think I made it. Because you know you are now on your journey to property investing. So the person you will be dealing with, you know, when you're looking for properties is an estate agent. And you guys, I cannot stress enough as to why it's so important to build not just a relationship, but long-term relationships with estate agents, especially those who are in the area where you're looking for properties. Not only do these guys sell properties to you and other people, if you build long-term relationships with them, they will also give you a heads up on properties that are currently coming up, but not necessarily on the market yet. So you will be the first person to know about all those new properties that are coming in. There's an inquiry that is coming, someone wants to sell their property, they are serious. You will be getting the heads up. One thing I would remind you is remember, you're not the only one who they are dealing with. they've got 20, 30 other people who are in the same business looking for the same kind of properties that you're looking for in the same area that you're looking at. So how will they remember you? You need to be persistent. I cannot tell you guys, be on their backs. Let them roll their eyes in the office when they hear your voice at the end of the line. Be persistent. That's the only way they will remember you. You would have told them the kind of properties that you're looking for, the kind of business that you're doing, the areas that you're looking at. So once a property pings, in their office, that is a potential suit for you, they will be calling you. Let them remember you. So remember to be persistent. The other thing that you will need to do is you need to familiarize yourself with websites such as Rightmove, Zoopla, and Auction House. Do your own property searches. You can set up some features on there where you can get notifications on new properties coming in, properties that have been reduced, properties that have been on the market for a long time. And when you come across those kind of properties, guys, do not just scroll past or ignore. Question, why has it been reduced? Why has it been on the market for a long time? Pick up the phone to the agent who's selling that property and ask. You'll be surprised. Once you know why it's been reduced, you can use that same reason to offer a figure that is below the asking price, and then you end up grabbing yourself a bargain. So live and breathe Rightmove, Zoopla, and Auction House, guys. The last person I'm going to talk about, and this professional, I believe, will be very good if you are thinking of buying properties that needs doing, and of course, if you are not doing them up yourself. So this is the builders, the building contractors, tradesmen, all different types of tradesmen. These people are very important. For when you find a property, you need someone who knows what they're talking about to come along with you and to advise you whether it's going to be worth it, how much it's going to cost you, how long it's going to take, because you're going to be working with time and money in this business. If you are going to be doing up properties, time, money, very important. So have different tradesmen, ask for some recommendations, go and have a look at the work that they've done to see the kind of work they do. Are they very good, the quality of their work? All those things are very important. So gather around a team, and having a good team on board will make this journey all worth it. In conclusion, having gone through all the processes that I've spoken about, I believe you're in a position to acquire your very first property investment. I hope you find all this information useful. Embrace, enjoy the process. I wish you the very best of luck. And if you have any problems in setting up your team, do not hesitate to get in touch with us, as we have our own team that could be of use to you. Until next time, you take care. Bye.